everyone, welcome to class. My name is Alexis, and today we're going to do a little bit of a flowy, unique water flow. Very little of this class will be on hands and knees. There will be a little bit, but not very much. So if you're hesitant about putting weight on your knees or your wrists, this is a great class for you that will still allow you to feel like you got a little bit of work done and still got a nice stretch in the end as well. You don't need any props unless you would like something underneath your knees. So I'm sitting on a blanket right now that I'm going to use under my knees later. But otherwise, all you need to do is roll out your mat, come and get situated, and close your eyes. Go ahead and take a few deep breaths here. Paying attention to how your breath feels in your body, if it's warm or cold. And for this practice, I want you to channel the element of water. Water is powerful, and it erodes and literally charts its own course through rock and dirt and forests. And at the same time as being powerful, it's also cleansing and purifying. There's a lot about flexibility and also standing our boundaries that we can learn from water. It ebbs and flows. And today we're going to try ebbing and flowing through this practice as well. Go ahead and open your eyes, and on your next inhale, lift your arms up over your head, and exhale, twist towards the right, left hand on your right knee. We're going to do these with our breath. So inhale up to the center, exhale, twist to the left. Inhale up to center again, twist to the right. Inhale up to center, exhale to the left. One more time each way. Inhale up to center, exhale to the left. Inhale up, and exhale to the left. And then on your next inhale, just lift your arms up to center and bring them down to heart center. Put your hands on your knees. We're going to do a few seated cat-cows. So exactly like we do when we're on hands and knees, you're going to inhale and expand through your chest. Don't toss your head back. Just focus on feeling your collarbones broaden. And then exhale, kind of tucking your gut, almost like you got punched in the stomach. Inhale to seated cat, and exhale, or seated cow, excuse me, and then exhale into seated cat. Inhaling and exhaling on your own breath. Just do a few more. We're just connecting breath and movement, flowing like water here. Beautiful. And now here's the first portion where we're going to put a little bit of weight on our hands and knees. So you're going to come into an open Janu Shirshasana. So right leg's going to come out to the side, left leg is going to come right in front of you. Basically just kind of pull your foot into your groin, but not so close. And we're going to come into baby wild thing. So you're going to plant your left hand down on the ground, swing your right arm up, and press your hips up to the sky. We're only going to be here a minute because we're going to exhale right back down. Inhale up, and exhale back down. So a little bit of wrist and knee work, not a lot. And then we're just going to switch to the other side. So left leg out, right leg in, right hand plants to the ground, swing your left arm up and press your hips forward. And then exhale, come back down. So we're not there for very long. Just an inhale and an exhale. Beautiful. From here, we are going to come into hands and knees. So this is where you'll want your blanket. So I'm just going to pop this underneath my knees. If you have yoga jellies at home as well, you can also use those under your wrists or your knees. They provide a lot of great support, but sometimes we can't get from blankets or towels or things like that. But I'm just using a blanket today, and we won't be here for very long. We're just going to do a few more cat and cows here. So first, press through your hands, make sure that your hips are over your knees, shoulders are over your wrists. Firm up your abs. Take one deep breath here. And then on your next inhale, expand your chest into cow pose. And then exhale into cat. Same principles here too. On the inhale, we're expanding through our collarbone. And on the exhale, we're tucking our abs back like we got punched in the stomach. 3 more rounds on your own breath. You can notice that I'm kind of rocked side to side there. Again, flowing like water. Next, we're going to transfer our weight to our left knee and lift our right leg behind us. You can flex or point, whatever you're feeling today. Firm up again through your core. Make sure your hips are straight and square. I don't want like one of your hips going up, lifting into the sky, or sinking down. Make sure you're square. And then if you're feeling the balance, lift your left arm up in front of you. Again, we won't be here very, very long. Inhale, exhale, tuck your elbow to your knee and hold it here, sucking your abs into your spine. Take a deep breath in, exhale, release it. Put your left hand down and your right knee down. Same thing on the other side. Left leg behind you, you can point, flex, or point. Make sure again that your hips are square. No, rising up or lowering down, just keep them straight and square to the ground. If you're feeling steady, lift your right arm out in front of you. Inhale and then exhale, knee to nose, sucking your abs back into your spine. Take a deep breath in and then exhale out, putting your left hand or your right hand down and your left knee down. And then we're just going to gently step left foot and then right foot into our forward fold. Go ahead and just rock from side to side here. You can clasp opposite elbows. You can hold onto your calves or your ankles. But just sway side to side. Beautiful. On your next inhale, press up into your halfway lift, and then exhale, forward fold. And inhale to gently roll up to standing. We're gonna float in and out of the chair a little bit. So inhale the hands down, around and up, keep your feet parallel apart, and then exhale into your chair. Inhale to straighten and stand. Exhale into your chair. Inhale, straighten and stand. Exhale into chair and hold here. So suck your abs back to your spine. Lengthen your tailbone down to the ground. Make sure that your weight is in all 4 corners of the feet. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. And take one last breath in. And on your exhale, come up to stand. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Now we're just going to come to the middle of our mat. So you can move your blanket out of the way. We're going to inhale our hands down, around and up. Grab your left wrist and bend over to the right. Just an easy standing bend. Your feet can be hip width apart or together touching, whatever is more stable for you. Mostly I just want you to feel stable here. Inhale up to center and exhale, bend over to the left. And you can always, if holding your hands up here doesn't feel good, you can always put your hand on your hip or on your thigh. I like to do that because sometimes I get more of a stretch on my side body here. Inhale up, exhale, hands to heart center. The next, spread your legs wide. Inhale, some feet parallel to the corners of your mat, about a leg's length between your feet. Broaden through your chest, inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. Just dangle here. If you want, you can bend into one knee and then the other. Just an itty bitty bend on either side. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees a little bit and roll up to stand. First, we're going to flip our right toes out so they're facing the top of our mat, and we have heeled arch alignment between our right foot and our left foot. From here, bend into your warrior one. And if you need to widen your stance, you totally can. From here, we're going to inhale, lift the arms up overhead and straighten the leg. Exhale, bend back into warrior two. We're going to do 4 of these on our own breath, flowing in and out, the inhales and the exhales. again, just like water, we're flowing, we're creating our own boundaries. Beautiful. Go ahead and flip your front palm and lean backwards into reverse warrior. Keeping your front leg bent. Exhaling forward into side angle pose. You can rest your elbow on your thigh. You can also grab your calf with your hand. I always like that variation. Coming back up into warrior two, straightening front leg, turning your toes in. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So left toes facing the back of your mat. Make sure that you're in heel to arch alignment with your back foot, and bend into your left knee. And again, if you need to widen your stance, or lengthen your stance rather, you can. Arms up into warrior two. We'll do a few more of those flowing in and outs with our breath. So inhale, straighten your front leg, arms up overhead. Exhale, bend into your front knee. And as you're here, 3 more on your own breath, I want you to make sure you're tractioning your knee over your middle toes so your knee isn't wobbling from side to side. This is great for knee strength. Let's do one more, just for fun. Beautiful. Flip your front hand to bend backwards into reverse warrior. And then come forward into side angle pose. Same modifications. You can rest your arm or wrap your hand around your calf. Beautiful. Come back to center, straighten your left leg. Turn your toes, they're parallel to the short edges of your mat again. Inhale through your chest and exhale to fold forward. You can sway here from side to side. If you want, you can walk over to the right, stretching over the right leg. Getting a nice stretch here. And you can walk over to the left, also getting a stretch. Beautiful. Come back to center. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees and slowly come up to standing. We're just going to step to the top of our mat. Inhale, hands down, round it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And then we're just going to come to sit on our bums. Plant your feet. Keep your knees bent. And we're going to come into a little boat work. So keep your feet down on the ground. Clasp underneath your thighs. Again, broaden through your chest. Lengthen through your spine. And firm up your abs here. You should feel a little bit of work here. Then, if you feel like you can maintain the straight spine, lift a leg and another leg. Again, keeping your collarbones expanded, your neck in line, your spine nice and straight, keeping your abs engaged so your lower back isn't doing all the work here. And then if you want, you can release your hands. And just take 3 breaths here. And if you don't want to keep your hands out, you can always hold on to the backs of your knees. Beautiful. Plant your feet, scooch forward, stretch your arms in front of you, and roll down to your back. 1 vertebrae at a time. We're going to come into some dynamic bridges next. So make sure that you can just barely touch the backs of your heels. Firm up your feet. I want you to be pressing through all 4 corners of your feet. On your next inhale, press your hips to the sky, engaging your inner thigh so your knees don't splay out, and lift your arms up over your head. And then exhale, arms back down to your sides, lowering down to the ground. 3 more on your own breaths. Inhaling up into bridge, bringing arms overhead. Exhaling, lowering down, arms lowering down with you. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, back down. Inhaling into bridge. Exhaling down. Beautiful. Go ahead and pull your right knee into your chest. Relax your left leg. And just rock here side to side, giving your hip a little massage. You can still do a lot of work even without doing sun salutations or going through downward dog. Sun salutations are a lot of fun, but they're not required to be a yogi. Go ahead and bring your knee so it's directly over your hip. Use your left hand and gently pull your leg across you into a twist. Your right arm can be out straight, or you can cactus next to you, whatever is most comfortable. And while you're here, I want you to imagine that you can breathe into wherever you feel the stretch. So for me, I usually feel it in my outer hip and my low back. And so I imagine that I can breathe directly into that space, almost as if I had a miniature set of lungs in that space. I know it sounds weird, but it will really help you gain body awareness and gain flexibility long term. Beautiful. Go ahead and pull your right knee back into your chest. Release it, and pull your left leg into your chest. And adjust your hips if you need. Rock side to side, massaging your left hip. And then bring your left knee over your left hip. Using your right hand, gently pull your right leg across you into your twist. The other beautiful thing about breathing into areas where we feel stretches is it allows us to release into a stretch more. A lot of times we don't realize how much our body is tensing up as we're in a stretch. And when we can imagine breathing, inhaling oxygen and letting oxygen out of space, it allows our body to relax deeper, which all of us can relax deeper. We all live busy lives, so more relaxation is definitely a good and deserved thing. Beautiful. Roll onto your back, pull your left leg back into your chest, and extend your legs for Shavasana. Make sure your heels are wider than your hips. Relax your hands. They can be at your sides or on one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And close your eyes for a well-deserved rest. Relax into the ground. Even water slows down for a little bit. Water rests in puddles, in creeks, in water barrels. As much strength and force as there is in water, there's also periods of rest and calm. Looking out at a lake and feeling a bit of peace. It's a fairly universal experience, I would say. So relax into the ground. Picture yourself on the edge of a beautiful lake and relax. to deepen your breath. Inhaling deeper and exhaling deeper. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, making circles with your wrists or your heels. You can stretch your arms over your head for a full body stretch. And then keeping your eyes closed, roll over onto your left side into fetal pose. And gently press yourself up to a seat. Meet me with your legs crossed, hands on your thighs. And we'll close out this practice together. On your next inhale, lift your arms down, around, and up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. And whenever you're ready, you can blink your eyes open. And namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found that practice fun and challenging and a little unique. If you enjoyed this practice, make sure you give it a like down below, and also make sure you subscribe. There's a lot more yoga and meditations coming your way. I'm really excited for what I have for you. In either way, I'll see you next time on the mat, and I hope you have a great day.